You can be thanks today, but
Yeah, that's okay. Big difficult. Yeah.
we got the countdown. Oh yeah. Do, 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 do.
Hello.
It's good countdown music, isn't it?
Hello, James. You're looking very good.
Hello, everyone.
That's it. That's fine.
Hopeless Quest.
Absolutely dancing serenity.
Yeah, one-handed dancing.
I can't wait for you to
I
get
know,
the
it's
quest. I really can't.
I can show you my moves then.
Yeah.
Please get off the stage.
Oh. You guys already cheered me up. That's good. Thank you.
Hello.
I had a funny day today.
Oh.
Hello.
I know.
Hi. Sup, Jacob?
Two minutes.
Why does it have to be so obnoxious?
Hey, everybody.
Hi.
Welcome. You get me today. So welcome to this week's news and updates, where we'll show you all the news and updates that are happening here in AltSpace VR. I am the only host today because Jay, my co-host, is traveling. So I've been doing some traveling. Now it's his turn. So you get me, and 3 cheers for our amazing producer, Mark. Yes, who makes this happen for us. So I am here. We are here for the news and the updates from our favorite VR social platform, AltSpace. So let's get started with some AltSpace news. It's been a quiet week in Lake AltSpace. Okay, so only a little bit. We've had many new visitors here in the campfire, just waiting to meet some new friends and some AltSpace helpers to learn more about where all the excitement is here in AltSpace. So make sure you spend a little time hanging around the campfire and meeting some new people and welcoming them to AltSpace, because we love AltSpace. And besides, y'all are standing around a campfire. It's just shrouded in snow. It's time to share the old-fashioned traditions by having a good old storytelling, share a little gossip, and make everybody feel welcome here in AltSpace. So we have some exciting news that AltSpace was featured in the very viral new documentary short by Jake Wilmot of Disrupt as part of a viral week spent totally immersed in virtual reality. He enjoyed the meditation sessions here in AltSpace with Evolve VR and the Rocket Party, which I love. I love both of those, along with other social events. So it's featured in his documentary. So check it out, and not only check it out, because it's all over social media, it's easy to find, but he's coming to AltSpace this week. So get excited about that. Veer VR, in fact, it's tonight. Veer VR Weekly Hangout with the VR Girl later today features a discussion with Jake Wilmot of Disrupt Media about his week spent living in VR and visiting AltSpace. He is a VR filmmaker and digital storyteller, and he made this documentary about all of his experience. You can find it everywhere. And we can't wait to see what he has to say about his experience here in AltSpace. So check it out. It's a great opportunity to meet him and talk about his experience. I love it. Now, we've had over the years a variety of people who've come into AltSpace through live stream or film activities. Mentioned that AltSpace has the right to do that, but others need to ask permission of the event host before filming. It's about respect, but it's also about privacy. Some event hosts ask that their events not be filmed by AltSpace or anyone else for the protection and the privacy of the attendees. So ask first, and the answer might be yes. Now, AltSpace has a very, very active community, and when we're in World, we also have a very active community for the times when we're in the real world. So if you're involved with a group, an event, or meetup here in AltSpace, check to see if they have a Discord set up for that group. It helps you monitor the activities and communicate with each other when you're outside of AltSpace. Now, we do. The news and updates for AltSpace have our own Discord server where we post updates throughout the week on VR industry news, articles, tips, tricks, and whatever's going on in AltSpace and in VR in general. Volunteers have their own server, as do the world builders, so come join us. The link's on the screen behind me. They're also in the hallway, so get a screenshot of that or ask anybody with a green tag over their head, and they'll direct you or talk to us after the show. So now, time for some world building news. I always feel like I should be yelling that out. World building news. I love it. There are quite a few announcements here. Oops, sorry, I'm racing ahead on the slides. There's some announcements here on world building in AltSpace, which is moving very quickly towards the switch to the new SDK, the software development kit, and embracing Unity, MRE, and other 3D technologies. That hopefully for most of you, it's been a smooth transition. I'm very proud of AltSpace for making it so. For those that are new to world building, the weekly world building meetup for beginners is every Tuesday. So check that out and come join all these amazing world builders that we have here in AltSpace. Make sure you check out those great worlds. We'll highlight those in a moment. World Builder meetup. Channels and subscribe to the new channel to receive updates regarding and activities. And while you're there, make sure you set new arts as well. Yes. The SDK meetups meet twice a week to accommodate North American and EU audiences. The North American meetup is every Wednesday and every Thursday for the EU. If you have familiarity with JavaScript, web programming, 3D modeling, or you'd like to learn more about the new SDK kit and Unity world building and AltSpace, check out these events. And we'll have the link in a moment for the developer.altvr.com webpage for some more helpful information. Now, there's been a little change in how we handle support, or how support is handled here in AltSpace. Normally, we funnel everything through our support ticket. Well, because we have so many world builders and we now have this amazing Discord channel and the Slack channel for world builders, the VR support, the AltSpace VR support team is now recommending that you get help through Discord and Slack rather than through the regular support ticket, because it's a really specialized form of help. So until they have more support people, just shove those over towards Discord and towards Slack, and they'll be amazingly helpful people there. In fact, the world building community is incredibly helpful for all the different things that you need, and we just adore them. So take advantage of those Discord channels and get on them and get the help you need. If you don't know how to get it, check the signs over in our hallway and check anybody with a green badge over their head. Now, we have feedback. We've given tons of feedback for the new administrator diagnostics for each of your worlds. That gives you kind of a listing of what's going on with how many parts and pieces and things. And they've been updated. It's been updated again. So check it out. Remember to try to stay more towards the green than towards the red in those listings in there. And it's a new tool, and more feedback is welcome. So when you're on the webpage, you check that out for your world. If you want more information, whatever, get on those Discord channels and on Slack and provide the feedback that they need to make it even better. Now, we have some amazing world building and community events here in AltSpace. Up on the screen behind me up here is just a list of a few of the incredible events that we've done. There's more coming. There is a new huge world building event that is happening here behind the scenes here in AltSpace. We're tapping into the incredible interactive Stargate system that was added to AltSpace for the world builders by Ancient I Won't Say, and we're creating an interactive adventure fiction story with over a dozen worlds. It's incredible. The Inclusive Project includes all various meetups and groups here in AltSpace. It looks to be one of the largest community projects ever done in AltSpace. Then preparing for the April holidays, rumors are flying around of another big world building event to be announced at a popular AltSpace VR podcast early this week. Okay, I need to stop talking because I've already said so too much about this. But anyway, stay tuned. There's all kinds of fun things that are coming up. It's going to be an amazing year. So if you'd like to get involved, we will have some news and updates here, but make sure you join the volunteer meetups that are every week, the World Building meetups, and get on those Discord channels, and so that you can stay up with what's going on and get involved, because we need as many volunteers to make this a success as possible. Now, there's been some issues recently with featured worlds, and we're here to bring you the news from AltSpace, and this is part of the news. So because of these different challenges that have been faced over the last month with all these featured worlds, I've been talking to developers, and we have the inside track of the criteria that is used to evaluate whether or not a world becomes featured. We wanted to let you know that. So any world may be set as private or public. That's up to you. But if you would like to make it public and featured, it must meet the following criteria. It must be public and not listed. All right? Public and not unlisted. Sorry, not unlisted. You have the ability to make your world public but not listed, but it has to be listed to be featured. No unlocked browsers are allowed. We announced this last week. All world builders must lock down the moderation tools on any web browsers that they have within their worlds. They may be unlocked in private or unlisted worlds, but not featured worlds. There's just been too many problems. As one of the developers said, we just can't have nice things. So there are no more than 2 browsers. This is serious. Actually, the world building team and staff would like you to know that even 1 browser is trouble. But they understand our need for wanting to have sound and music and visuals and videos and things like that in playlists. So no more than 2, 1 is preferred. The theme and content is to be family-ish friendly. In general, they understand the desire to display gore and terror and horror and the after effects of violence, but in terms of service, community standards allow for a wide sweeping range of content on the platform, as long as it's not racist, intolerant, abusive, harassing, and so on. So if you're building a world that you think is pushing those lines, check the rules and then check with the staff to make sure that you're not pushing too far. The worlds need to be at a high level of completion. They should be functional, have a clear purpose or goal, and not be partway through the development stage. You may make the world public during the development, but they want it done as best as done can be. You know, they know that it's a constant battle to keep a world updated, but they want it to be as close to done as possible before you hit the featured button. Using the new administration diagnostic tool that I was just talking about for those recommendations, they really want to have the majority of the diagnostics be green or yellow, but avoid any red light warnings because that leads to incompatibility with mobile users. The tool is still in development. Formal documentation is coming soon to help you understand what that all means, but make sure you try to go for the green. With the basic criteria, so far, AltSpace VR staff has been fairly open to featuring all types of worlds. And it is expected to kind of stay that way until someone pushes the limits. And then guidelines have to change. So if you think you're pushing it, just talk to them. You should also know that staff is also making decisions that will determine the positioning of worlds within that featured list, moving some of the more popular worlds to the front, others to the back, and mixing them up. So various worlds will shift in order so that people, new visitors and people will see different ones at different times to cycle things through. So it's not in a chronological order on how they were produced and released. So it's early days yet, and your feedback is welcome and necessary to help AltSpace improve. So now you know what the criteria is to get featured. So consider joining the AltSpace VR Early Access Program in the World Builders Discord channel for access to all these effects and world building things, and make sure you get involved in those Discord channels so you can learn more about how all of this works at help.altvr.com and developer.altvr.com. Now let's quickly look at some new worlds. We've got some great new worlds that are happening here. The Towler is back with his great skills in world building with Unity, with a football club for you to hang out in. It's really clever. Love that. Captain Flip Days by Flip for Days has a great Pirates Cove for you to explore. And Interplanetary by Cooper takes us to outer space and to hang out with breathtaking views of the planets from within a shuttlecraft. Really cleverly done. Mary Ann is one of our new world builders, and she offers a peaceful and beautiful farm in a little bit of Japan, complete with a Japanese temple. Love that. And Weeaboo has brought us another cemetery. You can never have too many cemeteries here in AltSpace, filled with colorful pumpkins and tombstones in grunge cartoon fashion. Love that. Very fun. Some fun sound effects too. Now remember that everybody has a chance to build their own world here. And again, the URLs are help.altvr.com, developer.altvr.com, and join our Discord channel. So we talked about Discord enough. We'll talk more about Discord. All right, AltSpace events. Wow, we have so much going on here. And we are here with the news and updates to help you find some of the most exciting things to do. So, spring is here for many in the northern hemisphere as the southern part of the planet moves towards winter. So it's a season of change, and our thoughts are with many of our members that are dealing with spring floods and fall cyclones around the world. So please send some good thoughts out there for all of our people that are suffering with all these weather phenomenon that is happening. Though some say it's not, it's happening. We also have as I mentioned before, many holiday and spring events that are coming. So stay tuned here. It's going to be an amazing year. The news and tidbits that I'm hearing, we're going to have some incredible new worlds, some adventures, some games, collaboration, and major changes coming up here in AltSpace. Tech Talk with Jesse Diamani is on Monday and brings us I'm going to mess up the name, my apologies, Shuang Van Riesen, best known for her Beat Saber video, If You Want to Escape With Me. It went viral with over 100 million views. She's a creative consultant on mixed reality, digital marketing, and community management, and will be here on Monday at Tech Talk. Check that out. Tuesday is the animation and VR fireside chat with an incredible panel of animators of both traditional media, television and film, and virtual reality. It's another great opportunity we have here in AltSpace to meet with the creators and makers that are behind the arts and to learn more about how it works and where this technology is going in the future. Wednesday brings us another VR Voice live event from Laval Virtual 2019 VR Conference in Laval, France. It's a special 1 hour live edition within AltSpace VR, so be there and learn about what's hot and new in the VR tech world in Europe with VR Voice live. Thursday brings us Virtual Medicine 2019, a 2-day symposium that brings together the brightest minds in immersive therapeutics, presented by our beloved Health Chats guru here in AltSpace. He's put together some streamed videos and social media posts for discussion, very similar to what he did last year. Thursday also brings us another Hive with Vivian. She's back with special guest Damien Moradi, CEO of Liminal VR, who is working with a global network of developers to create short virtual reality experiences to empower people to consciously choose how they want to feel and perform in life and work. That's fascinating. The research they've done on mood and attitude control and how VR impacts it is very, very cool and fascinating. So check that out. Did you know there's a book club here in AltSpace? The VR Book Club is bringing together people from around the world to discuss a new book called Marketing New Realities, an introduction to virtual reality and augmented reality marketing, branding, and communications. I swear, book titles just get longer and longer. By Kathy Hackle and Samantha G. Wolf. Organized by the Lethbridge College and the Alberta chapter of the VRAR Association. Did you know there's a VRAR Association? Check it out. Even if you haven't read the book, it'll be a fascinating discussion. Now, coming up tonight is all of our favorites with Improv Night, Rated VR. And Sunday brings the Virtual Reality Church Center Stage, hosted by Natalia. She's hosting it from Las Vegas. The Screen Queen with Alex, followed by Rewind with comedian Johnny LeBeau. And new AltSpace VR Comedy House Sundays, hosted by Kelly Dunham. And more crazy antics with our beloved Dawn and Stevie on Sunday night at A Thing in a Place podcast. The rest of the week features some of our favorite regulars, including movies and documentary by our own wonderful beloved David 58. The Let's Speak Language Practice series. I have a creative writing session that is coming up. We have the Rooftop, then the Tuesday Improv Show, LGBTQ and Friends meetups, and Mingle and Chill and Open Mic Night on Wednesday. There are over 100 events here in AltSpace every single week, and the majority of them are created by you, our members. If you have an interest, a passion, a specialty, or wish to gather together like minds to host your own event, check out the weekly How to Create an Event to learn how it works, and hopefully we'll mention your event here on the news and updates. Now we have a very quick AltSpace tip of the week. I love that. Good work, Mark. All right. This tip is about adding friends when you're in the world interface. So in world interface, not from the web page. When you are in AltSpace and you click the main menu and you go to people, which used to be friends, you go to people, you'll find a list of your friends. But at the top of the list is a button labeled Add Friend. You can, if you know the username of your friend, you can add them right there without them being in the space with you. No clicky buttons. You can just type in their name and add them right there. If you wish to visit a friend wherever they are, all you have to do is click that go to button, just like you do on the side panel, and you can go right there to wherever they are. If you want to send them a message, you can click that message button. And if you sadly need to unfriend them for some reason, click the next button and verify that action. And if you have any suggestions for future AltSpace tips, let us know after the event. Let us know on our Discord channel. We'd love to help you figure out and tell the world how to use AltSpace better. So, I have, this is news and update discussion, and something that I could take a deep breath for a minute. We got through most of the news. I wanted to talk about, I've spent, over the last few months, I've spent some batches of 2 or 3 weeks where I've been outside of AltSpace. I stay connected through Discord, but I've been outside of AltSpace. And AltSpace is a whole world unto itself. There's so many places to explore, games to play, people to meet. There's just this huge, vibrant community. It's amazing. And this kind of immersive environment, especially one like AltSpace with such high quality community standards for fairness, tolerance, acceptance, equality, it's home to this just beautiful, diverse, and wonderful population. Don't you just love here in AltSpace? Amazing people. But sometimes a little too much of anything can be a challenge. So I spent, over the last few months, I've spent a couple weeks where I've stepped aside to go to conferences and meetings. It's not vacation, just work. Things took me away with travel. And I got to meet other like-minded people. And it's a different kind of community, and so it was refreshing, but it's still the same out in the real world. It's kind of refreshing and mind-expanding, and at these conferences and training programs I was at, it's kind of like being in AltSpace, but it's being in the real world, full of really compassionate people. But when I came back here, I had a greater appreciation for what we have here that is so amazingly special. We have something, I'm going to start crying. We have something here that is just pure magic. And we will do, I have watched over the last 6 months from the community really, really come together with world building and all the different events we're doing, where we're getting this cohesive voice here as a community. I have seen amazing acts of compassion and altruism and absolutely beautiful kindness here, of giving, caring people that care about people who are across the world from where they are, and they want to help and they want to reach out. So I love it. And I got to tell you that stepping that way made me appreciate AltSpace more. So I'm not encouraging anyone to leave AltSpace, but if you need to, if something takes you out, come back, and you're just going to learn that this is such a valuable, wonderful, loving community. And I just feel so blessed to be in it. So thank you all for everything. And doing this news has introduced me to so many wonderful people. So if anybody wants to help out with it in the future, you can have the same opportunities too. We'd love to have you join our team. It's a great thing that Mark has put together here, and come share the love with me. So I don't have to do this alone up here. All right, so thank you all for everything. We have our Discord channels, which you've seen too many through the show, are in the hallway. Please join them, especially our Discord channel. This has been the news and updates from AltSpace, and if you've enjoyed this, please subscribe to the channel, get on Discord, get on our YouTube channel, tell a friend, share the news with others. We love it because we want to have more people in this community and have positive energy going on. So thank you very much to Mark, our wonderful producer, to JW, who is hopefully safe as he travels right now, and to all of our news updates volunteers and moderators to help make this event such a success. And if you'd like to volunteer, we would love it. So see us after the show or check us out on Discord. We do this for our AltSpace community to help you stay informed, up to date on what's happening here in our community. Thanks, everybody. This is awesome. All right. So if anybody has any questions, now the show is over, you can come on down and ask. And I'm going to turn off microphone.
Hey, Ron.
Yep. Hey, David.